Dare to peek beyond the veil of mortality? What truly unfolds the instant our breath falls silent? Is it a slide into nothingness, or do we pass through secret gateways beyond our limited understanding? Today, fellow voyager, we embark on a mystical odyssey into one of Tibet's most celebrated and cryptic spiritual manuals, the Bardo Thodo, often called the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Picture a celestial guidebook, not merely for the living, but for the departed, offering counsel and clarity at the crossroads of death. If you've ever wondered how ancient wisdom maps the territory after our final heartbeat, then stay tuned. This journey could shift your perception of existence itself. Welcome to a tapestry of spiritual insight, where each thread weaves visions of life and afterlife in a single cosmic panorama. The Bardo Thodo isn't just some archaic treatise on endings. It's a roadmap for the soul, an illuminated guide designed to accompany you across the most profound thresholds of consciousness. So, tighten your seatbelt of curiosity, because once we cross into these bardos, there's no turning back. We enter realms of light and shadow, of hope and dread. In doing so, we might glean fresh perspectives on our own daily lives, and perhaps, in a flicker of recognition, understand more about who or what we truly are. This legendary text arises from the heart of Padmasambhava, an almost mythical titan within Tibetan Buddhism. Hailing from India in the 8th century, he's esteemed as Guru Rinpoche, or Precious Master. But he was far more than a mere monk. He was a spiritual prodigy, a yogi who commanded esoteric powers known as siddhis, miraculous feats born of deep practice and realization. When Tibetan King Trisong Detsen invited Padmasambhava to bolster Buddhism in Tibet, the region was a complex tapestry of shamanic rituals and ancient Bon traditions. This rich spiritual terrain, brimming with local deities and animistic forces, could have challenged even the most tenacious teacher. Yet Padmasambhava, wielding his mastery of tantric rituals and raw compassion, integrated many of these indigenous beliefs into Tibetan Buddhism. His approach fused Bon deities with new Buddhist teachings, creating a synergy that laid the bedrock for Tibetan monastic life. One of his crowning achievements was founding Sami, Tibet's first monastery. There, he bestowed teachings about the mind, samsara, the cycle of existence, and the fleeting nature of every moment. At the core of his mission was a singular vision: to ensure that even death need not be a dead end. Instead, he saw it as a final chance for liberation. The Bardo Thodo was his gift to every soul, a testament to compassion that transcends the boundary between living and dying. According to these teachings, death is a transitional portal, not the final curtain call. Stripped of our physical shell, consciousness enters a heightened state, uniquely open to recognizing ultimate truth. However, illusions and long-held fears can obscure this opportunity. Padmasambhava's guide endeavors to anchor the mind, whether read aloud by loved ones beside the departed or studied in life to prepare ourselves for what lies beyond. This manual presents 3 core stages, 3 bardos, that consciousness will traverse when stepping away from earthly existence. The Chikai Bardo represents the initial threshold where the body's dissolution unbinds consciousness from all physical constraints. In this exact moment, the dying person encounters the brilliant, dazzling essence of reality often called the clear light. This light embodies the true nature of mind, limitless, radiant, and boundless in peace. Some might call it the higher self, others the unified consciousness, or the solar mind. Regardless of the name, it stands as the bedrock of all existence, free from duality and the grips of fear. If a soul, through spiritual cultivation or sheer clarity, recognizes this clear light as part of its own being, liberation occurs instantly. It's an awakening so profound that all further bardos become irrelevant. One transcends the cycle of rebirth then and there. However, for most, the intensity of this light can inspire terror. Conditioned by fear and attachment, the consciousness recoils from it, missing the chance for immediate enlightenment. Consequently, it moves on to the next phase, the Chonyid Bardo, where illusions become more elaborate, shaped by one's karmic echoes. The great psychologist Carl Jung once pointed out how gods and demons reflect aspects of our own unconscious. In the Chonyid Bardo, consciousness steps into a dimension where boundaries dissolve, and projections of our own mind appear in their rawest forms. Every repressed emotion, unresolved desire, or intense fear emerges as vivid visions, shimmering with dreamlike clarity. The Chonyid Bardo reveals two broad categories, the peaceful and the wrathful visions. At first, the soul might encounter peaceful deities, benevolent figures emanating warmth and tranquility. These reflect the refined or positive traits a person has nurtured. Yet even these gentle apparitions can overwhelm the unprepared. They might seem baffling or intimidating, prompting withdrawal. If the peaceful deities don't spark recognition of the mind's true nature, the visions intensify, shifting to the wrathful deities. These monstrous appearances stand for repressed anger, fear, and attachment. They are not forces out there to harm. They're unfiltered projections of our own psyche, bridging the hidden corners of our unresolved inner world. The text teaches that all these sights, angelic or terrifying, are but illusions formed by the mind's interplay with its karmic blueprint. In this ephemeral realm, you can reflect on your own attachments and see them for what they are, shifting constructs. Those with advanced spiritual practice hold their awareness stable, seeing beyond any illusion. The key is to reconnect with the clear light, to grasp the emptiness, or shunyata, underlying every image, every sensation. Doing so unravels fear, unlocking a gateway to liberation. However, that's no easy feat. The intensity of these visions often overwhelms, fueling either a strong desire to cling to the comforting ones or a powerful urge to flee from the frightening ones. Both impulses anchor consciousness firmly in the realm of samsara, the cycling wheel of rebirth. The Chonyid Bardo thus becomes a cosmic test, gauging whether one can perceive all forms and experiences as empty phenomena, fleeting reflections on the surface of the infinite mind. Having passed through dissolution and dramatic illusions, the final stage is the Sidpa Bardo, where consciousness gravitates toward rebirth. Here, past choices and the sum total of karma start to pull the soul toward a new existence. It's as though your inner magnet directs you to a family, environment, or life situation that resonates with your unresolved lessons, attachments, or fears. In this phase, glimpses of prospective parents or symbolic images of union appear, visions representing the creation of a new physical form. The soul feels an almost irresistible attraction, propelled by long-held desires or dreads. Those who manage to maintain detachment in the Sidpa Bardo can still step off the carousel of rebirth. But for the vast majority, the karmic pull is potent, and a new incarnation swiftly begins. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that each life, whether favorable or fraught with challenges, remains an opportunity for spiritual evolution. Yet, we must remember, uniting with a new form also means returning to the labyrinth of life and death, re-entering a world bound by impermanence. Because of this cyclical nature, the Bardo Thodol implores us to prepare while still alive. Regular meditation, contemplation on impermanence, and self-awareness practices help train the mind to be ready, even in the turbulent after-death states. By doing so, we don't succumb blindly to fear or craving. Instead, we hold an alert presence that can recognize illusions for what they are, empty phenomena calling for neither panic nor grasping. More than a historical curiosity or a set of rituals, the Bardo Thodal is a mirror for the mind, guiding us to see how life and death interweave. As the spiritual teacher Ram Dass reminded us, the question at the end is simple: how much did you love? And the Tibetan Book of the Dead echoes this sentiment, urging an earnest introspection into our attachments, fears, and capacity for compassion. Where does this leave you, dear traveler? If you sense a resonance in your heart, if the notion of life after death piques your curiosity, then heed these teachings. Let them spark a re-enchantment with every breath you take, because to live well is to prepare for a good death. And if by chance the ultimate moment arrives, you'll recognize that dying can be a final passage to awakening rather than an abrupt end. So, if this exploration ignited sparks of wonder within you, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments what part of the after-death journey stirs your imagination the most. Together, we'll continue unraveling the tapestries of this existence, revealing fresh perspectives on life, death, and everything in between. Thank you for accompanying us on this venture into the unknown. May it awaken within you a sense of awe for the infinite possibilities that lie just beyond our mortal sight.